$1,218.67. Yeah, for one building.
The rising cost of utilities
That's
definitely
crazy.
does have some effect on the
West
reason we're
Virginia.
going to just under one roof.
After we went through our first year, we looked at the electric bill, we looked at the rent, we realized we were not going to make enough money.
This is what I hear
So
all
we
the
had
time
to
now.
raise the rent. And that was what started a lot of the rift with the West Virginians, that we were going to have to raise the rent when they had had camping the same way for so many years.
In West Virginia?
You're getting $1,300 to $1,500 bills for electric. And West Virginia has decided that they're
Electric?
going to run on coal for at least 2040.
That's a fucking mortgage.
You don't have a choice when it comes to electric and water. And so, you can't decide to just not have electric for that month. We're seeing
What the fuck is
businesses
going on in West
lock
Virginia?
up. Businesses are closing.
Yeah, no shit. You gotta pay $1,500 a month for fucking electrical. How the hell are you gonna survive?
Positive
You can't.
and look towards the future, and bigger plans, but sometimes it's just so sad, walking down there seeing it.
From here down was counter.
This is life
I
in
had
America now.
Ice cream.
Can't afford
freezer,
fucking power.
And then I had my bakery case.
I was
That went all the way.
getting ready. Like
Oh,
I
man,
had
those look like
a
good-
bunch of stuff made up and everything,
like-
and was getting ready for.
Oh,
Valentine's
so
Day
she was a
because
legit baker.
Holidays were $700 to $1,000 days, so I would have had the money if I could have just got 2 days, just 2 days. We closed down on the 12th. The electric being so high made me struggle on pretty much everything else. Once I got behind, it was like I could not dig out of that hole. And every time I would pay a big lump sum, then the next bill would come in and it would be even higher. We're in the Antique Mall, Ravenswood
What a
Antique
fucking
Mall.
sham.
And
What
we
the fuck
are
is,
coming
like,
back
in
to
West
my booth
Virginia?
where I'm gonna have,
You don't have a high population? Like,
some
what
of
the
my
hell?
baked goods. At one point, I had 5 employees. 3 lost their jobs the day that I closed because I was down to 3 for the winter because I knew. And we lost our only source of income at that time.
14 months ago, we opened up this small gallery here, which is only 1,900 square feet. We just love it here. But the problem is we're getting really beat up with the high energy costs. This small
nice looking
gallery,
little
I keep
gallery.
the temperature down kind of low, and I'm still paying $700, $800 a month.
That's
The
wild.
power company, I've called several times, and I told them, look, I'm a senior citizen, I'm 71, I'm an artist, and I have a gallery, and I'm trying to help the community. Is there any program that can help us to help our community? She says, I'm sorry, we really don't have that.
And your rent for the commercial space here is how much?
It's only $600. It's $150
They pay more for power than their
less
fucking
than my
rent?
power bill.
That's insane. How anyone in the world who works in politics in West Virginia, like, what the fuck are your congressmen and your senators doing? What the fuck is the point of having a nuclear plant?
That is why today I will also declare
Or is that coal?
a
It
national
looked like coal,
energy
actually.
emergency.
It's West
We
Virginia, so it's
will
probably coal.
Drill, baby, drill.
I find it fascinating that they go and they give him a trophy saying he's the friend of a coal miner. Our coal miners are dying of black lung. They don't have clean water. They can't feed their children. Their schools are closing. Their electric bills are through the roof, and they can't afford groceries.
That's why we transitioned to
um,
nuclear.
Where's
It's the only thing we
trophy
have.
for us?
We are energy
It's
rich.
not good.
I mean, they come through, tore up our land. We kept hearing, we're going to do the coal mines, the coal mines, the coal mines. I love the current administration, but what about the coal mines? If they're digging, baby.
I
digging,
love the
I
current
don't see it
administration, but what about all the problems they're causing me in my life?
I've had to close down
Man,
2 stores
apparently
because I can't
this
afford
man
rent.
has no idea
You
what
have
it's
a
like to
gas
be in an
bill, you have
abusive
an electricity
relationship.
bill, you have water bill, you have sewer bill, okay? I can't afford all that plus pay $2,000 a month rent.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
utility bills
There's a lot of
are
things you
more
can't
than
do
your
when you're
rent
in an
bill.
abusive relationship.
And you know, we are a red
Giving your
state.
love to a man
I
who's
don't
totally
want us to
fucked
be
your life over.
the left behind
It's
state
unbelievable,
anymore, I
you
guess
know?
I should say.
You could put a fucking gun to their head and it wouldn't make a difference. It's a top priority, yeah. Right after we bomb Iran and then invade Greenland
Everybody
and
says
fuck around
we
in
need 'em.
Venezuela,
You know, we need
and
little bakeries. we
cover up
need,
the Epstein list. After
all
we
these
do
little
all that, it's a
small
top
businesses,
priority.
But then
The people
they're
in
the
West
ones that get
Virginia
hit the
are
hardest.
top priority. The fuck out of here. So, what this makes me think about in reflection, I have a family member in New York that at their home, they recently just got a power bill for $1,400 for power for 1 month. $1,400. And we thought it was very strange. It was crazy. It's the most expensive power bill they ever got. My family member brought this bill to a private contractor who had done a lot of work on their home. You know, they do home renovations and electrical and plumbing. They do everything. They're just a home contractor. He was looking at the bill and he's like, why are you getting charged a temporary residence fee? It was a completely different type of fee that I guess is designed for people who have like vacation homes or temporary businesses or things like that, where they charge you significantly higher, 4 times as much money for power compared to a normal bill. And that's what my family member was being charged. They were being charged 4 times the money on their power bill. So they called RG&E, Rochester Gas and Electric. That's who they called. That's who controls a lot of the power across central New York. They called them, and RG&E confirmed that they were getting charged the wrong rate, that they were getting charged a pro rate when they should have been getting charged a residential rate, because on their account, it didn't even show that their account was linked to a home. So they were being charged 4 times as much money as they should have been in a month for power. And they have been getting charged this for years. They have lost thousands and thousands of dollars because they had a smart utility reader put into the back of the house, you know, that the guys come out and they can read it and it's attached to the company. It's a smart reader, right? They came out, looked it over, and it turns out that no one had ever set it to the residential setting that it needed to be put at for a person's home. So they'd have been getting charged 4 times as much for power since this thing had been built in, which had been like 2 or 3 years. That's how much money they have been getting ripped off from Rochester Gas and Electric, because they just didn't program it. Like, they didn't care or they didn't want to. Now there's a class action suit I know that's building against RG&E as a result of multiple people who have had the exact same things done to their home. But then when this was brought to RG&E's attention, when they were told about it, the person on the phone then told them, well, if you'd like, we can come swap out your meter with an older meter. We can get rid of the smart reader and we can put the older reader back in your house. And they inquired, well, why would I do that? What's the difference? And the person on the phone, they looked it up for a minute as to why they would offer them the old reader instead of the smart one. Couldn't come up with an answer except to say that it would cost $14 a day on her bill to have the old reader versus the smart one, which is currently installed. So I told them, they're just giving you another way to get ripped off. Like, they realize now that they can't charge you 4 times as much for power that you've been paying for years, having money stolen from you from Rochester Gas and Electric, and now they're offering you yet another piece of technology you don't need, which is completely unnecessary, which is a worse piece of technology, and they can still charge you $14 a day. They're just trying to scam you out of as much money as humanly possible. So when I see this video, this is a problem everywhere. This is a catastrophe across the whole fucking country. Thank God we're putting $1 billion a day into bombing Iran. Why innocent people all over fucking America, West Virginia, New York, are getting their throats slit with utility bills that they can't afford, you know? But God bless America. We're great again. We can't turn on the lights without getting gouged, but we're great.